flying down the west side, joining my ear. One about to get lit up, I'm about to make it disappear. In thin air, feeling untouchable. Tommy Bun, sincere. You think I give a fuck about a red light? Niggas can't do it, so they dead tight. Hating on a young slick nigga that's getting it. Fly shit, I mastered it. Nothing like your average. Cookie patch rugby bucket low like Paris Smith. A nigga got to eat. Paraphernalia in my boxer briefs. It's monopoly, I need property. I ain't tryna end up like them previous lames. Caught up, no bail money, slumped in the game. Watch niggas' lives flush down the drain. The results are not playing they lane. Old head asked, are you in it for the money or fame? I said I'm in it for the legacy. Triple my change, right? Minus the ball. Life is great, super high, out of space. Mind blown, got me on freeze. Plus everybody got their own trees. Personal party.
Why are you so drunk already at 6 a.m.?
ただいま8時21分インソールでございます。今ステーラを飲んでおります。その前はハイネケンを1本と2本飲んでおりました。
How much money did you lose last night?
10万円ほどカジノで負けました。
How many ladies did you buy?
No, I never buy ladies. No. But I'm telling you, everybody look and leave.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't feel down in Japan.
Huh?
I don't feel down in Japan.
Yeah. Well, there's more foreigners in Japan. I'm the only foreigner here. What's going on, y'all? It's JD with Travel Stenics, and this was actually my first day in Seoul, South Korea. So before I got to Korea, somebody had actually told me that there was some terrible air quality going on in Korea, and what they call it out there is fine dust. So the air is so thick that it actually feels like you're inhaling dust. And the first night we got there, the air was super bad, and it actually did feel like you were inhaling dust. The rest of the time we were in Korea, I would say the air quality was definitely not good. It was bad, but it didn't feel as thick as it did the first night.
Hawaiian must be like Japanese.
Why you say that?
Because main Japanese over there.
Yeah, but Hawaiian people are nothing like Japanese.
Oh yeah?
This is interesting. I wonder, can we go in here for free? Free,
No,
okay.
you have to pay here.
You want to pay or you want
No. I'm not interested.
You're not interested in culture.
Yeah, just take picture. That's it.
But, you know, we ended up walking around, checked out some different little monuments. Takashi's not really into the cultural thing, so we kind of just walked around. He was doing some business in Korea. I wanted to stop and get some coffee the first day that we were in Korea, and we ended up going to a Starbucks. I forget what the name of the area was that we were at, but we went into this Starbucks, and it was a trip because they had a Starbucks where you couldn't pay in cash. I tried to pay in cash, and they were like, nope. We only take Starbucks cards, or we only take credit cards. So for me, that's just an indication that eventually, especially being in Asia is like way ahead of the game in terms of cryptocurrency. Soon you're just going to be able to go in a Starbucks and just be able to pay with your Bitcoin or your XRP or whatever it may be. So I'm pretty sure Korea is getting ready to implement that very soon. Another thing about the Starbucks, they had a really good pastry section. So the next spot that we ended up going to the first day was, I don't even really remember the name of the area. If I can find the name of the area, I'm going to put it in the description. But it was an area where they were selling a lot of like knockoff clothing, a lot of knockoff like bags. It seemed like they had Supreme bags and fake Supreme clothes on every single corner. But they also had a lot of cool looking food spots. People was out eating noodles. They had fresh vegetables, fish market, meat. So it looked pretty good. I didn't necessarily end up eating in this area, but if I do go back to, well, when I do go back to Korea, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to this area and try out some of this stuff that I saw there. But I mean, pretty much when you're in Seoul, you really can't go wrong with the food no matter what area you're at.
What's the name of this area?
Minami Daimon.
It's not Minami. Minami is Japanese.
South. Nanjang.
So when you're in Seoul, the transportation system is super convenient and it's super easy to work. So basically the way it works is that when you are gonna go pay for your ticket, you just select which stop you're gonna go to, and it's all in alphabetical order, and they have it in a few different languages. Of course they have it in English. So you select which stop you're gonna go to, and then it tells you exactly how much money it's gonna cost to go to that stop, and then they make you pay like a 500 won deposit, which is equivalent to like 50 cents. So being that it was our first night in Korea, we wanted to see what the nightlife was all about, and there's pretty much two main districts, at least that we've heard about, where you can go out. One of them is Hongdae and the other one is Itaewon. So we just decided to go to Hongdae just because it was easier to get to, just because from Seoul Station all you need to do is just take one train. I think you only take it maybe like 2 or 3 stops and you can get to Hongdae Station. So we ended up going to Hongdae. We went to this spot called Club Doze. That one was alright. I mean, it was just a little small club. They were playing some cool music in there. The DJ was pretty cool. It was a really small club. It was funny because it seemed like when I was in the Hongdae area, I was like one of the only foreigners on Thursday night in the area. So clubs were really trying to get me to go in, especially they seen that I'm black. So they were, especially the hip hop clubs, they were like, oh, come into this club, come into this club. But they wasn't really doing that for my homeboy Takashi because, you know, he's Japanese, so maybe kind of fit in. I mean, to me, he doesn't look Korean, but, you know, they probably weren't paying too much attention. So after we went to that spot, Club Doze, we ended up just doing a little walking around. Walked around, checked out some of the other places. We actually was trying to go to this spot called Club Hens that I heard of, but that was closed on Thursday, apparently. So next time I go to Korea, I'm gonna see what that Club Hen spot is, just to check it out. Not necessarily a huge club person, but I definitely want to see what it's about. See, I like to see when I go to Asia or whenever I travel around, I like to see if they play good music, you know what I mean? I like going out for the music. Of course, I like to go out and mingle and shit too, but I like to go out and see what type of music they play. So in Japan, I will say they have some clubs out there that play some really good music.
What do you think about Takashi? What you think about Seoul nightlife?
It's good.
What you think about the ladies?
It's good.
What about Hongdae?
It's good.
So why you choose Seoul Station over Hongdae?
It's cheap. The wrong choice.
Yeah, you made a bad choice. You chose Seoul Station. Now we live in the ghetto.
I thought the Seoul Station is like Tokyo Station.
No, it's not. It's the ghetto.
So the last spot we ended up going to in Hongdae on Thursday night was this spot called Sinkhole. Super packed. This spot was actually pretty foreigner friendly. There were some foreigners in there, but to be honest with you, it was just so packed in there. You really couldn't move. People was in there dancing, and in Asia, people can smoke cigarettes in the club. So for me, a super packed environment, super loud music, and people smoking cigarettes is not necessarily my ideal club. But I mean, that's just kind of how it goes when you're traveling. You just gotta accept the good with the bad. But yeah, not a Hongdae area. I would say it's more for a younger crowd. I'm in my 30s. I'm 33. So for me, I probably wouldn't go back to the Hongdae area to go out, just because for the most part it seemed like that was an area where it's like, you know, a lot of like 20-year-olds, 20 to 25, maybe, you know, of course the foreigners there is usually a little bit older, but it seemed like it was more of a younger crowd. I probably would recommend to go to Itaewon just because it seemed like it was all different types of people. But anyways, y'all, Hongdae was pretty cool. I would recommend just checking it out. I mean, if you're in Seoul and you want to check out the nightlife, I'll definitely recommend going out to Hongdae. I'll definitely recommend going out to Itaewon. Had a cool time. Hongdae, younger crowd. Itaewon seems like an older crowd. Check out both. See what you like. All right, y'all. Peace.